What's going on, guys? I'm going to teach you guys how to set up some levels easy enough that anyone can use. As long as you have a plan and you stick to the plan, you kind of stay disciplined. That's the main thing when it comes to day trading, especially if you're day trading options. Be disciplined, have a plan, work a strategy, and stay consistent, right? You have to give your strategy enough trades to be able to see what you do right and what you do wrong, right? So you can't just, set up shop one day, take one or two trades, lose on those one or two trades, and then say, this strategy is not for me, and then go looking for other things and other ways to try to trade, right? You really need to do like a block of 10, 20 trades even, I would say, because with that amount of data, now you're going to be able to see, okay, I noticed that when I take trades at this time, I tend to, panic sell or, kind of overreact, or, when I normally wait for this to happen, this normally works in my favor. And you kind of have to see the price action. Obviously, every day's price action is a little bit different. What I have marked out here on my screen is going to be I want to pull up the hourly chart so you guys can just kind of see what I was looking at here. So if we kind of just look at the hourly chart here, what I have marked out is the pre-market highs. I have the 20 SMA, right? So typically, if we're below the 20 SMA, I'm generally looking to go short. I know that we're more short biased. If we do flip the script and we go back over the 20 SMA and we can take out some pre-market highs or a previous day high, then I'm definitely looking to get a little bit more bullish here. And then I have the first hour's lows, right? So the first hour's lows is also going to correlate with the pre-market lows. I've got those lines marked out, 160 as our top, 156.81 as our bottom. And then I've got a new trend line down here at our day's lows of 155.21. So what I like to do is then go over to the 5-minute time frame here, kind of blow this up a little bit so we can see these pre-market highs sitting at around 160.11. So I already know that if we can get over this pre-market high here, I'm going to be looking to take calls over that level. Okay, so what I normally like to do here is wait that first 30 minutes, that 20, 30, 40 minutes, kind of let the market digest and see exactly what we're doing. As soon as this first hour candle closes, I like to mark those pre-market lows and or the first hour's lows, whichever one is lower. I like to put that line in the sand there. It's right here during this time between around 640 really and around 655 where you can kind of think about using a very low risk trade setup here. Using these first hour candles lows and the pre-market lows as your absolute stop and taking calls off this area. You can take calls off this area here once we kind of consolidate sideways. You can take those calls and play them into your supply. Now I have a supply zone here of the 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. I would take calls off this bottom floor once I see us not starting to put in any new lows. We'll give it 5, 10, 15 minutes, about 3 or 4 candles. As soon as we start to really push off, take those calls here, low risk trade. Even if you were to get into the middle of these bodies here, 157, your stop loss would be around 156.90, about 60, 70 cents. Give the trade enough room to work. And then you want to take profits into that supply around 158.52. So it's not that much money, but it's almost about 80 cents to $1 move. Then what I would do once you run into that first supply zone, I lock in at least 60, 70, 80% of my profits, hold that runner to see if we can break through and test those pre-market highs. If we don't, and then we start to come crashing down, you could just either break even or take the remaining profits that you have. Now, what I'm also looking at here, if we do reject and we never take out the pre-market highs or a previous day's high, I'm then now looking for a washout through the pre-market or first hour's lows. You can see we've already got that line marked out at 156.81. It's right here at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time that we get that breakthrough and that crack. I'm going to immediately take puts through this breakthrough here because I already know we held this once. This is the day's lows. We tried to make an attempt to bounce. We never took out the pre-market highs. Now we're getting weak and we're starting to crash down. 156.81 went all the way down to a low price of 155.21. That's about $1.20 in change. If you size correctly, you could have been done with your trading session there. Turn your computer screens off. Now, once we start to hold this again, you get this choppiness action. You can kind of see a little bit of sideways consolidation here. You can mark the highs out, and as soon as we take out the highs, you can take another call off of the bottom floor here, 155.97. Use that 155.21 as a low risk entry for going back to the long side. This time being that we are well below the pre-market and previous day's highs. I'm not looking to see if we come all the way back up, but I'm just looking to take, some quick cash flow into our next supply zone. That's that declining 20-day moving average. And you can see here, guys, where we've been very, very choppy for the past hour and a half. what zone is this where we're very, very choppy? Okay, I kind of want you to look at the chart for just 2 or 3 seconds right now. Kind of want you to tell me, think to yourself, when we did this bounce here off the day's lows, where did we start to have some problems? We started to have some problems at our breakdown spot. We started to have some problems at that pre-market and first hour candles low spot. If you kind of look at this area that acted as a bounce here and acted as a breakdown here, now this area is starting to give us some trouble spots. It's starting to be a little bit of a rejection spot. So previous support is trying to act as new resistance here. We already broke down once. So on this initial breakdown of the previous support, we have to imagine that this area is going to act as resistance again. Okay, so what you can do now, right, being that we did have about an hour and a half worth of chop, if you were looking to still trade and kind of just for your own keepsake, I'm not even thinking about getting long on calls here until we take out 157.26. If we can take out 127.56, maybe we have an attempt to try to test this area, but again, very, very risky. You just want to get in, take a quick scalp, your 15-20% on your options contracts, and get the heck out of the trade. Now, if we do start to consolidate sideways and we do start to try to test these days lows, if we lose these days lows going into tomorrow's session, let's just look at the daily chart very, very quickly. You can see 155.21 is the day's lows. If we lose this, we've got a lot of room down on the daily time frame into that rising support here at the 20-day moving average, which still, the bulls are still in play. From a macro picture, bulls can come all the way down here to 152, kind of consolidate and bounce higher and then start to take out these highs. But for the short term, 155.21, anything below that going into tomorrow, which is going to be the 30th of November or the 31st, make sure you guys take this put position here. Anything through 155.21's got about $2 room worth to go here, so make sure you got that on watch. That's going to be my pivot level for tomorrow's 155.21. I will be entering those puts depending on how we close. I'm assuming that we're going to hold. Now, right now, that's all I can do is assume. If we do decide to lose this for the third time, put in a new low today, then maybe I might try to take this scalp, but I'm going to size correctly. I'm going to manage my risk very, very tight. I'm going to get in with smaller size. I'm going to just look to take 10-15% on a potential trade here. Because, we're already so far down extended, right? We've already dropped once. We tried to pop. We dropped twice. We tried to pop. Drop the third time, might not be so extravagant this time. I'd prefer if this setup went tomorrow through 155.21. That would be a better setup for myself personally. But again, beggars can't be choosers. We have to take the price action that's in front of us. Hope you guys hope you guys got help from this video. I hope you guys could understand exactly what I'm trying to say. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day long, make sure you guys join the Discord. That link is down in the description box below. Make sure you guys are a subscriber to the channel. You guys are throwing me a thumbs up. That really helps out my videos. I will see you guys all in the next video, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.